Hey guys, welcome back to another Modern Warfare 2 video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new DMZ mode within Modern Warfare 2. So we have new leaks regarding this, and in this video, we're going to be talking about whether or not it'll be free, when it will release, any more details we got new leaks and stuff just regarding everything regarding DMZ. So here we go, let's get into it. So this is coming from Tom Henderson on Twitter. He puts out a tweet trying to clear up the confusion regarding the Warzone 2 ESRB rating, DMZ, and Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 2's DMZ considered internally as DLC for Warzone 2. Report via @TryHardGames. So in this article, it says Modern Warfare 2 DMZ considered internally as DLC for Warzone 2. It says according to our sources, Modern Warfare 2 DMZ is being considered internally as a quote-unquote DLC to Warzone 2. New information supplied by a source who has access to a leading platform's databases has provided information that sheds light on the confusion surrounding DMZ and its release date. A recent ESRB rating seemingly suggests that DMZ could arrive within Warzone 2, as the mention of DMZ was in the Warzone 2 rating summary rather than Modern Warfare 2, although this contradicts my previous reports that DMZ will come as a part of Modern Warfare 2 offering. The previously mentioned sources shown internal information that suggests DMZ is indeed coming with Modern Warfare 2. DMZ is referred to as quote-unquote Warzone 2 DLC in these internal documents with a release date of October 28, 2022. This information suggests that DMZ is indeed still coming as a part of the Modern Warfare 2 package. The reference to Warzone 2 DLC might seem unusual, but as previously reported, the DMZ will use the Warzone 2 map in some capacity. It's still unknown how the Warzone 2 map will be fully utilized, but only parts of the map being used prior to the Warzone 2 release would be logical to give players a taste of what Warzone 2 will have to offer. It's highly unusual for DMZ to be referred to as DLC, especially when the mode will be released before the main game, but in a lot of ways it makes sense. And then he ends his article here saying, it's understood that the DMZ will evolve over time, likely becoming more in-depth as time goes on. The DMZ will not be free to play on launch, as previous rumors have suggested, but the possibility of the mode becoming free to play at a later date is a possibility. Ooh, okay, so that does clear up some confusion about it, right? So it says basically that DMZ will be coming with Modern Warfare 2 at launch. It'll be dropping the same day, same day we get campaign, multiplayer, DMZ. It'll be in there, and it also kind of makes sense there. That'll be our third mode. We won't be getting Spec Ops or Survival or whatever. We're going to be getting DMZ, and this DMZ mode, it's going to be taking place on the Warzone 2 map. We also kind of knew that, and now we also know, it makes sense that with DMZ releasing, at launch with Modern Warfare 2, it's just going to give us kind of a quick glimpse of the Warzone 2 map before the full game, before Warzone 2, the full map releases in November. So it's going to be a couple weeks later, but yeah, I guess if you think about it like that, logically, it makes sense that, DMZ, of course, it's not going to take place on the entire Warzone 2 map. The entire Warzone 2 map is going to be huge, and of course, that's just not the way DMZ mode is going to play. But instead, we're going to be, using parts of the map, and so I think it makes the most sense, because, it'd be a good way to kind of get players, like he says here, excited for Warzone 2, is by playing the new map through DMZ. It's like, hey, just so you guys know, you guys can go and you can play the new map. You can play the Warzone 2 map through DMZ, so people are going to, maybe people who wouldn't try out DMZ otherwise are going to go and try it out and be like, ooh, I want to look at the map, I want to, check it out before Warzone 2 comes out. Maybe I'll have an advantage or something, I'll find good areas to land and stuff like that, and, cool Easter eggs and cool stuff like that. So, yeah, I don't know, it makes sense if you think about it like that. That was the same way that we had with Spec Ops within Modern Warfare 2019, is that Spec Ops was a great way for you to actually, go through and, you could see the entire map. You could see all of Verdansk before Warzone actually came out. Warzone dropped in March of 2020, but the game came out in what was it, October 25th or whatever, 2019. So it was several months beforehand is when Modern Warfare came out, and so you're able to see the full entire Warzone map before that. It was literally in the game at launch, and so I think it's a great way to do that. It makes the most sense. Okay. But then we've got some people got fighting about this on Twitter, some other leakers. So we got Ralph. Ralph comments on here. He goes, Strike 3. And he quotes a tweet he put out on July 4th with suggestions hinting towards it branding alongside Warzone 2.0. I'd imagine it's a DLC of some sort, or something like Plunder, a permanent playlist as a part of Warzone. So, Ralph is over here calling out Tom Henderson, basically being like, what, Strike 3, you're completely wrong about this is incorrect. And Tom Henderson replies, what? It's not free to play. It's not a standalone title. Strike 3 indeed on the guesswork, lol. And then he shows a picture on that same day, July 4th. Ralph put out an article, Modern Warfare 2's Tarkov-inspired mode to release in 2023, free to play. And Ralph says here, it is a standalone title. He says, I'm not going to argue semantics. So according to Ralph, it's a standalone title, and according to Ralph, it's going to be free to play. And then Ralph follows up again, to Tom Henderson's and says, it won't be free to play, and includes a little gif here, kind of funny reaction. But according to Ralph, the game will be free to play. But according to Tom Henderson, no. Tom Henderson replies to this again. He says, not at launch. From people's understanding, it'd be nice if it is, though. It kind of feels like it needs to be in order for it to be a success. So according to Tom Henderson, it will not be free to play at launch. But according to Ralph seems to think that it will be free to play. Ralph thinks that, yes, DMZ will be free to play. It'll be a separate launch. It'll be a separate release thing, similar to how Warzone was and everything like that. So, yeah, we got different leakers in the community saying different things. Ghost of Hope joined in here. He says, to be honest, it's weird. It's called DLC for Warzone 2 and supposedly not free to play. Doesn't make much sense. I'm not getting involved in this outside of somebody will end up right and somebody will end up wrong. And then Tom Henderson says, my best guess is it is called Warzone 2 DLC because it's using the Warzone 2 map and a lot of elements for it. Probably sent to ESRB as part of the Warzone 2 package because of the similarities / connections between the modes. So, I don't know. It's a very interesting topic. I mean, in all honesty, all these leaks are almost meaningless because at Call of Duty Next here in September, in just a little over 2 weeks, we're going to get confirmation about this. I'm sure they're going to drop a trailer for it. They're going to give us details on the mode, tell us everything we need to know about it, basically be like, hey, this is what DMZ is. Hey, yes, it will or will not be releasing on October 28th alongside Modern Warfare 2. Yes or no, it'll be using the Warzone 2 map. Yes or no, it will be free to play. Yes or no, it will be standalone. I mean, I'm sure they're going to answer all those questions, but I mean, I think that Tom Henderson's whole take on this makes the most sense, honestly. I think that his way of describing this all, I mean, like I said, makes the most sense to me for it to release alongside Modern Warfare 2 on October 28th. DMZ will be the game's third mode, okay, and it will release alongside Modern Warfare 2. It will release as a part of the game, and of course, in order to get access to it, you're going to have to purchase the full game. You're going to have to purchase Modern Warfare 2, okay? Makes sense, but, it's going to be showcasing part of the Warzone 2 map, okay? And so it's a good way, like we talked about prior, that it'll be showcasing parts of the map, getting people excited for Warzone 2 and such and such. And yeah, I mean, this whole thing about the ESRB, yes, I can see that. Yeah, it was probably submitted as a part of Warzone 2 because, like he says here, because of the similarities and stuff. But I don't know, it is still weird that it wouldn't be considered, wouldn't be submitted as a part of Modern Warfare 2 if it is a part of that game. And then it's interesting here, he also says that, it's going to be part of the game at launch, but it still kind of leaves it up to interpretation whether or not it will be its own free-to-play mode later, which he also says that, it'll probably be free-to-play later because people say, hey, it has to be in order for it to succeed, which, yes, if you look at, the Call of Duty franchise as a whole, basically look at Blackout. Blackout was Call of Duty's first attempt at a battle royale. I think it was freaking awesome. I loved it. But because of the way it was, it was bundled within Black Ops 4, you had to pay $60 for it. I think that really handicapped it and really held it back from what it could have been. Had Blackout been free to play or just been, a super cheap add-on for the game, then I think it would have been a major success, and potentially we wouldn't even have Warzone. Maybe instead we'd only have Blackout. Blackout would be the battle royale for Call of Duty, but instead it was bundled as a part of the game, the $60 game. A lot of people, didn't want to do that. A lot of people are coming off Fortnite, a free-to-play game, and they're like, why would I want to pay $60 for another battle royale when I can just continue playing my free-to-play battle royale game playing Fortnite? Yeah, duh, that makes the most sense. And then, of course, Call of Duty adapted this and made Warzone free-to-play. Great. And then, that was part of the reason for the huge success for that. So it's because it's free-to-play. So are they going to try and do that same thing with DMZ? DMZ is apparently supposed to be a competitor to Tarkov. Okay. And if they really want it to be a successful competitor, yeah, make it free to play. Don't lock it behind a $60 purchase between Modern Warfare 2. But at the same time, if DMZ does go free to play later, then it's okay, then what is the value proposition of Modern Warfare 2 in that case? Modern Warfare 2 literally at that point would only have campaign and multiplayer, and they're still going to be asking $60 to $100 for it potentially? What? Yeah, I don't know. I could see both sides to this, but I don't know. Like I said, I think all this arguing, all this stuff is kind of, just doesn't make any sense right now because it will be revealed in due time But it is interesting though. What do you guys think about this? I totally get it. You know, if it was like part of the game, part of Modern Warfare 2, you had to purchase it at launch, and then it became free to play a little bit later. I could see that and understand that. You know, they really want to like capitalize on sales and pre-orders of Modern Warfare 2, and then they could worry about players and stuff later. So, okay, I can see that. But yeah, what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments down below. I think it's just crazy. Should be a good mode though, but like he says, you know, it kind of feels like it needs to be free to play in order for it to be a success. I definitely do believe that, but we'll just see how it goes. You know, we can't really complain or criticize when none of this is even official yet. So we're just gonna have to wait. But that's it, guys. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, give the video a thumbs up, and if you're new around here, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel for new Modern Warfare 2 videos, Warzone 2 videos, DMZ videos, all kinds of videos. We've got videos going up on the channel literally every single day, so make sure you guys are subscribed with that notification bell on, that you guys don't miss out. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.